Well, hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and so welcome to the last in the series of Days Up by Train for 2019. We're back at Marylebone Station, and we're going to be travelling up to Stratford-upon-Avon to have a look around Shakespeare's birthplace, so enjoy the video guys. Well guys, we've arrived in Stratford-upon-Avon, and we're in the grounds of Anne Hathaway's cottage at the minute. And if we just walk around the garden for a minute, we will eventually come to the main cottage itself, and it's just over there in behind the trees there.
Or actually, what I should say is welcome to the farm at Shottery, because of course that's exactly what we were back in 1556 when Anne Hathaway, William Shakespeare's future wife, was born in this house. Her grandparents were actually the first Hathaways to live here. They arrived around 1542, and they came here as paying tenants to produce sheep on the 90 acres of farmland that surrounded the house. The house back then didn't look quite the way you see it today. In its original form it was very much smaller, just 2, possibly 3 rooms, and that's very typical of the medieval English farmhouse. It would have actually looked much as you see it in the picture on the end wall over there. It's farmyard at the back, where the cottage garden is today. And I'm sure you don't have to look too hard at that medieval farmhouse before you start to recognise it as forming this lower section of the building that you now see. We would be transformed into this in 1610. In that year, Bartholomew Hathaway, Anne's brother, got his hands on a very significant amount of money. And it's money he would use very well. He bought the freehold. The farm now belonged to the Hathaways. He built this taller extension to the original house where you are now, and he put the first floor through the whole lot, transforming the 2-room medieval farmhouse into the 10-room Elizabethan cottage that we now see. I think Anne would have been very impressed the first time she came back to visit, actually, after the builders had finished doing that. For her it must have been like walking into a country mansion, I think, in comparison to the house that she'd grown up in. Imagine, just for a few moments, growing up in that medieval farmhouse, 2 rooms, 7 brothers and sisters, mum, dad, grandma, and certainly during the winter when the temperatures dropped and the snow started to fall, yeah, you guessed it, as many of the sheep from the farm as you could fit indoors. You did everything to look after your animals. It must have been very cosy for them all in here. As if life wasn't tough enough for Anne growing up in that house, things would get a whole lot tougher when she was just 8, because it was then that her mum died. And because she was the eldest daughter of the family, the responsibility to take care of the farmhouse and the family that lived here fell on her shoulders. Everything from keeping it clean and tidy, to lighting the fires in the ovens, getting the provisions in, preparing and serving that all-important midday meal. That's a very, very big ask for an 8-year-old little girl. It wasn't all bad being 8 for Anne though, because when she was 8 she would meet her future husband, the very, very young William Shakespeare, for the first time. And I say that because when Anne was 8 he was just a newborn baby, and they met simply because their 2 families did business together. The Hathaways produced sheepskins here at the farm, some of which would be bought by John Shakespeare, William's father, to make gloves from at his workshop in town. So that's how they came to be together. And their relationship, certainly to begin with, simply that of childhood playmate. But it's a relationship, as we know, that would develop over the years. In 1582, when William reached his 18th birthday, he asked Anne to marry him. She said yes. That, of course, would be the moment that she would leave the farm here at Shottery. She went to live with her new husband, actually back at the house we now know as the birthplace, the house that William was born in Stratford town centre. But the Hathaway story here doesn't end there. They were to live in this house for no fewer than 13 generations. In fact, it wasn't until the summer of 1911 that William Hathaway Baker, the very last Hathaway to live in this house, finally left. And when he did, that would bring to an end 369 years of the family living in this house. So, as you can imagine, it's a building with lots of stories to tell. You will find plenty of information to help you on the way as you go in. Please take as many photographs as you wish whilst you're in the house. If at any point you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask them. What I would ask of you, though, please, is to remember that this is now a very old house. Some of the floors in it can be quite uneven. The two staircases in the cottage have no two steps that are quite exactly the same height and the same depth.
Right.
The taller ones in the room, once the doorways are a bit on the short side as well. Please take care as you go. Hope you have a lovely time with us here today. Now, if you'd like to make your way out of this door and around to the right, you'll come back into the cottage through its front door and you'll go into the first of the two surviving medieval interiors. And my colleague Dan will pick up the story for you. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you. And the floor in here is the original stone floor. We date it back to about the time that Anne's grandfather moved in. So about 1540. So we are confident that William Shakespeare and Anne Hathaway must have walked on the floor. But because of that, we have seen people kissing the floor trying to connect with Shakespeare. Please don't do that today. You don't know what else you'd be kissing down there by now. People have walked elsewhere. But the Hathaways are really at their prime, financially at their prime, in the 1600s. So by 1610, they were able to buy the freehold of the farm, owning the building, then they could do what they wanted to the structure. So it grew from the original 3 rooms, which were all on the ground floor, into 12 when they completed the building entirely. That included a full upper floor and bedrooms as well. So a full upgrade. And then the family remained. Descended from Anne's brother Bartholomew, the Hathaway family lived here until 1911. 13 generations of Hathaway lived here. And that is just in the building itself. When they moved out, they remained local. There are today descendants still living within a mile. Still in the Stratford area today. And I had a reunion a couple of years ago. 40 Hathaways turned up and had a party in the garden when the weather was better. So there's still good communication with the family. Mm-hmm. But they kept furniture also down the generations that we still have today on display. So you will find items that date back to Anne Hathaway's generation in the 16th century, and others ranging in date from between that time and the early 20th century as well. So every room is set out for a different generation. You gradually walk forward through time. But to begin with the staircase that we have in the corner there, do take your time. Free roam from now on. But if you have questions about anything, ask freely. We are on hand for you as well.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Excellent.
Thank you. Smoke from the chimney would be diverted to fill this space. The smoke would be used to preserve meat. Beds were one of the more expensive items for a family to afford at the time. From the inventory, we know that when Anne and Bartholomew Hathaway were children, there were 2 beds, which is the sign of the family's wealth. This bed was once owned by the Hathaway family, and is extremely rare as it remains unaltered from the late 1500s. It's likely to be the same bed mentioned in an inventory following the death of Bartholomew in 1624.
It could be something to do with
Oh, it could be something that actually.
So by 1700s, John and Mary Hathaway needed money to. They were forced to mortgage the property, including 2 other houses and some land. And in 1701, John died and he left debts of £480, the equivalent of at least £40,000 in today's money. It's unclear why the Hathaways' fortunes fell into decline. However, many possible explanations may include changes to farming practices and the general relocation of sheep farming to the north of England. According to one family story, gambling debts may have been to blame.
Not good. Yeah. Yeah.
And would you believe it, it's raining. Okay guys, this is the guidebook on William Shakespeare. You get this on arrival at the at any one of the sites that you go to. Plus you get a leaflet like this one. And if you go for the full story ticket, which actually looks a bit like that, you get this as well, and it also includes a map of all the sites. Okay guys, so that was Anne Hathaway's cottage, and I just can't get rid of him, can I? But anyway, we're just about to go and head into the town centre now, and we're going to catch up with his birthplace and hopefully, fingers crossed, where he's actually buried. Okay, see you soon guys. Okay guys, well we've finally made it. It's after at least a 30-minute walk from Anne Hathaway's cottage. But anyway, this is Shakespeare's birthplace.
Send me the full stories.
Okay, this is one of three first folios cared for by the Shakespeare Birthplace Trust. The first folio, or to give it its full title, Mr. William Shakespeare's Comedies, Histories and Tragedies, was the first collected edition of Shakespeare's work. It was published in 1623 by his fellow actors John Hemmings and Henry Condell. Without it, we would have lost more than half of Shakespeare's plays. This is Shakespeare's family tree. Although this is quite cute to get in.
Scars that never felt a wound. And so, what light through yonder window breaks? It is the eastern Juliet, it's the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief. Thou, her maid, art far more fair than she. Be not her maid, for she is envious. Her vessel livery is but sick and green, and none but fools do wear it. Cast it off, it's my lady. It is my love. Oh, that she knew she were. She speaks, yet she says nothing. What of that? Her eye discourses. I will answer it. I am too bold. Well, it is not to me she speaks. Two of the fairest stars in all the heavens, having some business, do entreat her eyes to twinkle in their spheres till they return. What if her eyes were there and they in her head? Well, the brightness of her cheek would shame those stars as daylight doth a lamp, and her eye in heaven would through the airy region stream so bright that birds would sing and think it were not night. See how she leans her cheek on her hand. Oh, that I was a glove on that hand, that I might touch that cheek.
Hey, me.
She speaks. Oh, speak again, bright angel.
Oh, Romeo. Romeo. Wherefore art thou Romeo? deny thy father and refuse thy milk. Or, if thou wilt not, be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet.
Shall I hear more? Shall I speak at this?
'Tis but thy name that is my enemy. Thou art thyself, though not a Montague. What's Montague? It is nor hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face, nor any other part belonging to a man. Be some other name. What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other word would smell as sweet. So Romeo would, were he not Romeo called, retain that dear perfection which he owes without that title. Romeo, doff thy name, and for thy name which is no part of thee, take all myself.
I take thy word! Call me but love, and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth I never will be Romeo. Shall I do a sock?
Well guys, I have a small confession to make. Back at the birthplace, I was told not to use the camera for filming, but I managed to sneak it in and get a few shots. But anyway, this is Shakespeare's new place. This is the garden at the new place, and this is where William and Anne lived until his death in 1616.
440 fontot fizetett azért, hogy részvényes legyen az adóba, amiben
És abból minden nap, minden évben keresett 60 igen, mert share, igen, megveszed az akciót.
az adó volt de a tide az leginkább
ő megvásárolt egy adós és ezért minden
Well, if I just zoom in here for a minute, you can just see in the trees there is Royal Shakespeare Theatre. Well, if you actually put in £2 a coin from with a machine like this, you actually get a commemorative coin. There you go, and if I could just try and, there you go, it's got his head on it, flip it over, it's got his initials. This timber framed building here is where apparently he went, where William Shakespeare went to school, and it was where he was educated. Right, this place here is Hall's Croft, and it is the home of William and Anne's daughter Susanna and her husband Dr. John Hall. Well, as I've just said, that this is the home of Shakespeare's daughter Susanna, and she lived here with her husband Dr. John Hall and their daughter Elizabeth. This impressive home was probably built for the family, and they stayed here until 1616 when they moved to a new place. In 1670 it was home to the Smith family, and in 1868 it became an establishment for young ladies. But in 1951, with the timber framing restored, and the Shakespeare Birthplace Trust bought the house in 1949. After extensive work to repair the 17th century building, it was opened to the public on the 4th of April 1951. Okay, we have the epitaphs here of Dr. John Hall and excuse me, Susanna. Okay guys, we're in the Holy Trinity Church now, and this is the site of Shakespeare's grave. The tomb on the left is from 1582 and belongs to William Clopton and his wife Anne. Above their tomb is a frieze recording the names of their children. Those shown as swaddled babies are the children that did not survive. Those holding shields are displaying the families that they married into. The tomb straight ahead of us was erected in 1635 and is of Joyce Clopton and her husband George Carew, Earl of Totnes and Baron Clopton. Lord Totnes was Master of Ordnance to James I, hence the guns, powders, barrels and cannonballs. His ceremonial helmet is hanging up on the wall above. Joyce Clopton was lady-in-waiting to Queen Elizabeth I and to the wife of James I. And just over here This is the tomb of the original Lady Chaplain, and destined for Sir Hugh Clopton. He was a successful mercer, great benefactor to the town, and became Lord Mayor of London in 1492. He died in London in 1496 and is buried in St Margaret's Church, Lothbury. His tomb is called the Cenotaph, an empty tomb. Okay, this is the grave of William Shakespeare, and the inscription says, "Good friend, for Jesus' sake forbear to dig the dust enclosed here. Blessed be the man that spares these stones, and cursed be he that moves my bones." And just down here is the grave of his wife, Anne. Okay, this is the grave of Thomas Nash, first husband of Elizabeth, who was William Shakespeare's granddaughter. Let's just wander over here. On the left is the grave of John Hall, the physician and son-in-law of William Shakespeare. And we've also got the grave of Susanna, elder daughter of William Shakespeare and wife of John Hall. And we've got a bust of the Bard. Okay guys, thanks a lot for watching this video from Stratford-upon-Avon. Just want to say that 94% of my viewers are not subscribers. So I just want to say that if you've liked what you've seen today, then please do like and subscribe. I need to get my subscriber count up because it is 11 subscribers at the minute. The next video I'm going to be doing will be the start of the Museums of London series, so I'm really looking forward to filming there. Another thing I want to say that is that I'm not being paid to mention the train operating companies that I've used in this video series, like Chiltern Railways, Great Western Railway, London North Western Railway and Virgin Trains. So I'm not being paid to actually mention them. Just want to say that. Okay. In the meantime, I'll leave you with some images of the day out. Okay. Thanks a lot. Take care. Goodbye.